One look I really do love is Christmas in bright, vibrant colors. More non-traditional for sure, but the hot pinks, cobalt blues, and lime greens are so cheery, aren't they? They just scream joy on earth. Maybe it's a little unexpected though. It's one thing to see and enjoy in a department store, but how do you make this look, this color palette, really happen in your own home? Lynn Muir with the website Pocketful of Paint is behind those pretty designs, those pretty pictures we were just looking at. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
What design principles would you say are at work when you're trying to reach for such a bright colored rainbow this time of year?
I think you need a few neutrals in your home to kind of start you off so that your colors pop a little bit more. Like my fireplace is all white, so the colors I put on there are all popping really vibrantly and looking really gorgeous. But I also have it throughout my home. So my front porch is bright, my kids' rooms I added in there with the pillows, and I added a Christmas tree with some bright colored pom-pom balls. Just fun, different things. If it makes you happy, I feel like put it in there.
I was just going to say that is a happy home if I ever did see one, but it may not pop as well or look as pleasing to the eye if your home's a little more busy and intricate and detailed in the color palette.
It could, but there's lots of design rules and principles, and seriously, if it makes you happy, just go with it. But if you have neutrals, that's going to really make everything pull together so that it doesn't get too muddy and too cluttery.
Is there any place for traditional Christmas reds and greens in a space like yours, or just avoid them altogether?
No, I think add them in. You want those to be kind of your base, and then you take them and you add different colors of greens. Like over here, we kind of have like a more limey green, a more seafoamy green, and then more of a tealy green.
So variations of those traditional colors.
And then pull in some random colors like purple and yellow, and just fun colors that you maybe wouldn't expect, but also kind of that used to be more of the traditional vintage Christmas, I think add a lot of fun.
When you first introduced this brighter palette in your home, did it immediately feel like Christmas, or did you feel like you were trying something new?
No, I felt it reminded me of my grandma Harriet, and she just had a happy, colorful Christmas. Some of my favorite Christmas memories were at her house, and so that's kind of why I went. She used to have these cute little houses in her house, and I found some, and I just kind of pulled the colors off of there and that vintage happy Christmas, and it just made me feel nostalgic and made me feel like just happy. I know I've used that word a ton, but
happy is the perfect word. You say there's one detail in particular when guests walk into your home, when friends walk into your home, they comment on the bright colors, yes, and the happy vibe. I'll use that word one more time. But there's a detail, this garland that they point out they absolutely love.
This lace garland, and it's super easy to make. Everyone asks me, can you make me that garland? And I'm like, you can make it. It's super easy to do, and it's quick, and it's not very expensive because I buy lace curtains from the thrift store.
Oh, okay.
So these, you can find them for $1 up to $5, and just buy a big lace curtain. I brought one to show.
Do you find they're readily available at the thrift store? They won't be after today, but
I usually can find a good 4 or 5 there at the thrift store.
Okay, all right.
So DI, wherever you like to go for your thrifting needs, they usually have some there.
Okay.
So what I do is I just kind of fold them up so they're in layers, and I like to cut them in 4 inches thick and 10 inches wide. And you need a rotary mat. You need one of these nice rotary guides so that you cut a straight line, and then a rotary cutter. And if you don't have these 3 things and you want to craft, you need to go get these 3 things because they just make it fun and easy.
Then take off your crafter badge until you've invested in the right tools. No, we're just kidding.
Cut up your lace, and then you're just going to take your rotary cutter.
And you probably get into a pretty rhythmic hum as you are cutting and preparing.
And so you're going to want to prepare all this stuff, get your lace. Oh, another thing that you're going to need is your cording or rope. If you're making a really long one like the one behind us, it's 25 feet long.
That's a long
So you're going to want to use some good rope from Home Depot.
Okay.
Or, like this one I got started.
Like you've just used rope. I mean, just regular.
Rope. It's like a 1/4 of an inch thick rope from Home Depot, because these are going to get heavy, and if you want to hang them on door frames, on your stairwell, you want to make sure that it's not going to break apart when you're hanging it.
It's got to hold that weight. Okay.
Or with this one's not going to be as long, so I have used cording that you would use for upholstery, and you can find this at Joann's in the upholstery section, and it comes in really long lengths, so you can figure out how long your mantle is. However long you need it, you can cut it down to size.
Got it.
So now that you got your strips ready, you've got your cording and all your supplies, what you're going to do is you're going to just take your strip, turn on a movie, get your Diet Coke
like to
or
say
whatever.
Turn on Studio 5.
Turn on Studio 5.
Okay.
And then you're just simply going to take it, tie it in a knot, pull it tight, and
it's like the rag tie.
That's
where
all
you're just building and bunching, building and bunching.
You're just building and bunching and just creating this gorgeous, fluffy lace garland.
Okay, hold on, you need a lot of strips.
You do need a lot of strips. So that's why you need to buy 4 or 5 curtains.
A lot of lace.
Yes. So you need a lot of lace. This one was about the pink one in front of us, I think it was 4 curtains.
You didn't find pink curtains. Did you dye that?
No, I found those pink curtains.
You did?
And they made me feel vintage happy, so I went with it.
It's the perfect blush color too, that neutral taupe blush blend.
Yes, and you could dye them though, and that would be a lot of fun. You could dye them any color that goes with your Christmas decor, and it would look fabulous.
Well, and I have to think, because of the texture and the fluff, it translates beyond Christmas.
Yeah, well, I've used them for Easter, for New Year's, add some black and gold to them. Easter, add some cute carrot garland. I've even used them at Halloween and added spiders and just made it spooky. Because lace can go anyway. Lace can be fun and pretty or girly, or it can be kind of spooky and magical.
Well, and it also opens up the mind to see kind of these variations that you've created, what you can add to it. Like here in the studio, you've combined these bright colored lights tapping into your bright, happy decor, but it takes on a different look. You're right, that lace takes on a different look.
If you add just other garlands to it, it just kind of takes on a new life. And then you don't have to make it and store it all year long. You can use it all year long and have it out and enjoy it.
All right, the lace garland, we love it for all seasons, all holidays, and you're going to have the specific step-by-step tutorial on your website.
Yep.
Where do we find you?
Pocketfulofpaint.com or Instagram at pocketfulofpaint.
All right, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Here we go, fresh fruit, granola, yogurt, and muffins for breakfast. It's yummy, healthy, well, and as you can see, it's beautiful too. I'm Haley Smith, filling in for Brooke today, and our food guest today, Susie Robertson. You have a healthy and special Christmas breakfast. Yes. So how do you accomplish such beauty and such scrumptiousness all in one dish?
You know what, the best part about this is it's easy. It looks hard, but it's actually very easy and comes together super quick. The reason I say for Christmas breakfast or for like a girlfriend's brunch or something, because it is easy and a lot of the stuff you can do ahead. Like these sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, and quinoa muffins. Those can be made the day before and then just reheated, either in the microwave or just throw them in the oven again for another quick 10 minutes.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
They can be frozen and just used throughout your, throughout your holidays when you're busy and don't have time for breakfast. So they're very versatile. And then the fruit tart, this is so fun because we are making a granola crust. So we're taking a play on like a fruit tart dessert, but this is homemade granola on the bottom, and then beautiful Greek yogurt in the middle with some honey, and then obviously the beautiful fruit on top.
Oh my gosh, so let's stop talking about it. Let's show how the magic is made in the kitchen.
Okay.
Where do we start on the egg muffins?
Okay, so this is super easy. For some people, they like to go lighter on the egg. So if you want to do some egg whites, you can. I like to use the whole egg, to be honest, but a lot of people like to go lighter on recipes. So if you want to, you can use a cup and a half of egg whites, but we always need those yolks in there too. And the yolks are beautiful, and they give color to the eggs too.
And how many muffins is this making?
So this is going to make the 12.
Okay.
So this will make exactly what we need. And so we're just going to mix those up for a second, and then we're going to add some flaxseed. This is going to give us our omega-3s for the day. So we're adding a little bit of health in there. That's right. And then our seasonings are simple, just onion and garlic powder, salt and pepper. And so, with some recipes, you have to saute the onion and garlic and all these things, and so it takes time. But in this one, you're just throwing in the seasoning. So this really is fast and easy. Okay, 2 cups of just some chopped spinach. We get our greens in for the day, and then some sun-dried tomatoes. You can either use dried or the ones packed in oil. You just want to chop those up.
Okay.
And then 1 cup of quinoa already prepared. So that's only about 1/4 of a cup dry. Once you make it, it turns into about a cup. But I like to make extra quinoa and just keep it in my freezer in little baggies ready to go. So
perfect. And then quickly, what are the baking instructions?
Okay, so and feta cheese.
Oh, feta! Can't forget the cheese.
Can't forget
ladies.
the cheese. That's right.
Okay.
And you can add any cheese, but this is kind of a Mediterranean flavor you have going on. So that's what we're gonna do here. And then all you're gonna do is take 1/4 a cup of the batter, and you're gonna put it in the muffin tins till they're almost full.
And voila!
And all the way, and that's it. And
okay.
bake. So
wonderful.
Super easy.
And then 350, 375.
350. I believe it's 350. Yes.
Okay.
And make sure you spray your muffin tins because they will stick if not. So spray them with a good oil. So.
Okay, so for us fruits out there, the fruitier
for the
side
fruitier
of this.
side, the sweeter side, we always want a little bit of sweet, right? So we have a little mixture of nuts. You can just chop in your food processor, and we have almonds, pistachios, cashews. You can use whatever you like in your granola, okay? We've got a little bit of melted coconut oil in there already. We're gonna add in our 1.5 cups of rolled oats. And then.
And what is this little doodad right here?
This is like a measure-all cup. This is from Pampered Chef, but it's so fantastic because you turn it over and you just push it out like that, and then you can just scrape off the edge. So for like peanut butter, honey.
Every kitchen needs that.
Yes. So
and that's
it's so
honey.
fantastic. Yep, that's our honey. We need a little bit of vanilla. about a teaspoon.
Ooh, look at that. She's just eyeballing
Yes.
that. She's got that
And then we're just
down.
going to mix that together, and that's about all. So we're just like a regular granola if you've ever made granola, and you can even use your own homemade recipe, but this is a fantastic, obviously super easy one that we can throw together. So what we're going to do now is just spray our tart pan. You can also make it, if you don't have a tart pan, you can also make it in like a cake pan or a pie dish, anything. So just spray that, a little bit of, I use coconut oil spray, I love coconut oil, good and healthy. And then we're just gonna push this down into our pan and kind of up the edges. And we're just gonna bake this for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And it'll just get nice and light brown on the top. And then once you're done, all you're gonna do is take your Greek yogurt. I like to
plain Greek yogurt?
Okay, I like to use plain, and then I add a little bit of honey and vanilla to it. Or you could just add a little vanilla and then drizzle your honey on top, and then you're just gonna go ahead and throw that fruit on top and any design you want.
And then for me, my creation would probably look more like a 5-year-old threw the fruit on there. But if you are as good as this lady right here next to me, then that's what yours will look like too.
Yeah, so super easy. Get the kids involved, let them decorate it, make it fun, and have your girlfriends over for brunch. It's beautiful, easy, fun breakfast.
Okay, now you've got a great event coming up.
Yes, I'm speaking at an event called The Shift, and it's all about shifting your life into a healthier place, emotionally, physically, spiritually, kind of all over. And I'll be the speaker on food, obviously, I'm the foodie. And so all those details will be on my website. You can look for that event coming up in January at the Davis Conference Center. So.
Ooh, we love these ideas to add to your Christmas morning activities. I'm definitely going to try these out. Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Susan.